I have a simple question for you. What if you had the power to manipulate the world around you, as if you were playing life in creative mode? Well, hopefully I'll be able to do this for you at the end of this video. How do you lucid dream? Let's start off easy. If it's a place you remember, for me, every time I remember that place, in my dreams it tends to warp that. And if I'm able to be conscious about that warping, so let's theoretically take this room, right? If I were to dream this room out, it would be very elongated. So this space to that space would be very long. So since I'm able to understand that I'm dreaming, once I've realized like, oh flip, okay, this is elongated, I recognize this, I recognize that, then I think, okay, well, what's the first thing I want to do? I want to start flying. So I'll think, okay, let me try flying, let me try see if I can manipulate the world around me. So over here, I have my dream journal. So what I'll do is like, I'll write down my dreams so I'm able to remember them. Now, why should you watch this video to the end? It's because you're becoming a fan. Nah, but I'm kidding. Nah, it's actually because I'm gonna teach you why you should learn how to lucid dream. Okay, but for me personally, the reason why I care so much about lucid dreaming is because we learnt about it from the art movement of serialism. I was an art student in high school, so I really enjoyed making art. And I think I can speak for a lot of art students, even to this day. Serialism is like one of our favorite art movements. Lucid dreaming was one of the techniques that the serialists used to inspire themselves to make the art. What is serialism? Well, I'm glad that you didn't ask. Well, serialism, right, was an art movement that emerged after World War I in Europe. The goal of making the art was to challenge the conventional ideas of what art really could be at the time by tapping into the unconscious mind by making dreamlike artworks. They would take everyday things that you've seen all the time and make them into very dreamlike, very interesting artworks, which made it such an exciting time for art. So two of my favorite artists from the time are Salvador Dali and René Magritte, both insanely good artists that were able to challenge and make such gripping art. I feel like we're losing our creativity because of our phones. No, Michael, why would you ask such a controversial question? I bet you're asking yourself that. Well, the reason I'm saying this is because I feel like we're so overstimulated by watching all these videos, we just don't have time to actually think out our thoughts. I know I can speak for myself. I'm so overstimulated and so busy, I don't have time to sit and think out really cool video ideas like this. And I feel like that's a problem. I'm sure there's many different things you want to get done, but you can't get them done because you're just so distracted. So the big question now is, how do you know when you're dreaming? That is something that you learn from the more you dream. I know for myself that when I am dreaming, I tend to have a repeating things in the dream. I like to visualize things by how places look. Now, if I'm able to remember how a place particularly looks, I can know that I'm dreaming if things are out of proportion or there are things missing within that place. But let's say you're not dreaming in a place that you're familiar with. Well, you will start to notice things in your dreams. I know in my dreams that spaces are very wide apart from things and there's not a lot of people. Irrational things that wouldn't normally happen in real life. You can also practice things like a manifesto before you sleep. Like let's say you tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna lucid dream tonight, I'm gonna lucid dream tonight, I'm gonna lucid dream tonight. So back in high school, how was I able to learn how to lucid dream? Well, I was hyper obsessed with it. Knowing that the serialists used to make artworks by tapping into their dreams and stuff, I thought that if I learned how to lucid dream, I would be able to tap into that same level of creativity. And to my very surprise, I remember this was back before ChatGPT was even a thing. I immediately became aware that I was in a dream and I was like, okay. So then I started flying in the sky and I was like, okay, since I'm all powerful in my mind, do you mind creating 3 different variations of a surrealist artwork that I needed to make. Bear in mind, it was a surrealistic self-portrait. So I created 3 different styles, and I was like, okay, I like this about this, I like this about this, and I like this about that. So I implemented all those different things, quickly wrote it down as soon as I woke up, and I was able to create something that I thought was awesome. But I think all of us deep down, we want to tap into those superpowers again and almost feel like a kid. It sounds so dumb, but yeah, being able to control the world around you and create these crazy things and just have this unlimited creativity is just super cool. And that's why I think you guys should learn how to lucid dream, because you can tap into that creativity once again and just go absolutely wow, this thing's moving around. Yeah, it's done. Yo, if there's any crazy videos that you want to see in future, please do not be scared. Say them down below. I read everything, and please feel free to tell me some of the craziest dreams you guys have had, lucid dream, whatever, doesn't matter. I'll read it. Bye.